welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast, a brand new episode this week, where we can see the season started and Tavernier secured a vital 3 points on the opening day against Livingston at the Tony Macaroni Stadium. We'll talk about our thoughts on that game just coming up, and then preview the upcoming game. If we try and attempt to get Champions League group stage football again this year, Union Saint Gilloise stands in our way. Belgium opposition. So we'll talk about a bit about them. We'll talk about the game, team predictions, and that at the end. And if you do enjoy, like, subscribe, share about for us. As always, very much appreciated. So first off, then we've got Livingston. The other day, obviously, it was going to be tough going to Livingston. I think we all kind of knew that opening day of the season, similar to last season when we played them at home, but different sort of game when you go to their place. Don't think any expected to go 1-0 down in 5 minutes. So it seemed like we're back to old ways with that. Nubly get through and a bit of bad defending for Suter Barisic, just a lump up the park. Really poor goal to lose on their point of view. And then the first half, we really never picked it up. It sort of looked really slack after that.
No, it was shocking first half. I thought we didn't look fit at all. I kept saying that to you when we were watching it. I didn't think the team looked fit. I thought Livingston were fantastic. They were winning every battle. But as I said, when you've got a man like Davy Martindale screaming at you for the first whistle, you're going to be fighting for it. You've got to put the effort in. As I say to you, mate, I'm not going to rule him off straight away, but so far I'm not impressed with John Suter, and I can't understand why people give my boy Sands abuse. But no, first half was shocking, but that was every player. I thought was shocking. Scott Wright, I thought Tav wasn't at the best as well. Cholak didn't really have any service up there, did he? So, first half was all round. It just wasn't good enough, and you were thinking to yourself, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Good job we got a second half of the game. Obviously, there was some tackles in there as well that maybe the referee should have looked at a bit closer. With that ginger boy, forgot his name. Definitely thought he should have been sent off, really, personally. But first half was just shocking for us as well. Though, just as I say, mate, didn't think we looked fit enough. We didn't think we looked interested enough as well, which is weird to see in an open game where you're going to try and win the league title. But no, just wasn't good enough first half.
First half very slack. As you can see, I mean, failed to really make any pass. Didn't really look to be passing with the ball or doing anything really with any confidence. Tavernier, as you see in the photo there, obviously comes up trumps at the end for us and gets a winner, but had a poor first half. Goulton and Suter were getting ragdolled by Nubly up there. I thought he had a really good game at striker for Livingston.
Barisic.
Aye, done Glenn Kamara, an absolute belter. Barisic on the left hand side. I mean, he was getting up and down there, but there was two on him and Kent. It was they couldn't work through the two Livi players. It's hard as well when Livi go 1-0 up and they're going to protect that with everything they've got, and they're a really defensive side, and to give them that advantage is going to make it even harder. As we saw down the left hand side, Kent wasn't really getting any joy. Scott Wright, I mean, was trying, but I just don't think he was good enough to get by any of the players.
No, back your man.
Well, we can still wait and see if it'll be Scott Wright's season, but I thought he had a really poor attempt in the first half. Obviously, getting subbed as well kind of shows you. Tom Lawrence, although he was trying shots for range, none really came off, and Cholak up front was isolated, so I had to change in the second half. We had to make the changes fast. Malik Tillman was the first of them, and he sort of changed the game for us, gave us a presence in the middle of the park and got us going forward. Made a few tweaks about the team. Kent got playing more, and we just sort of went for it in the second half, which is obviously good to see. Tillman, instant impact. Barisic, obviously we hit that cross, hit off the bar and the post, and Tillman probably should put it in, but unlucky then. It just felt like it was a matter of time there was a goal coming. I don't know if it was before or after that, but the Cholak header, we thought that was it. We thought he was going to get his debut goal for if such in professional games for us, and it was ruled offside, probably wrongly. But Cholak he still waits for his first proper Rangers goal, sadly. And then after that, the onslaught still begun. Kent, lovely ball into Arfield, and Scott Arfield again coming on and making a good impact. I like eating my words on the channel, as you say. Scott Arfield, I believe you keep the guy around for moments like that, coming off the bench, making that impact. And he done that very well. I thought he had a good game as well. And then the man in the picture, obviously, an absolute screamer to win as a game.
Absolute screamer to win as a game, Jack. Well, let's all talk about another one that changed the game. My boy James Sands. I'll back him all season. I'll back him 3 million for him. I'll take it. No, I came on and I thought Sands was fantastic. I thought, as you say, Tillmans came on, he did really well. Maybe just some of the play, like when he get the ball and then he tried to backheel it, was it? I think he was looking for lunch room to set up for a shot, but you're not playing with Bayern anymore, son. I understand the quality they've got and what have you, but maybe you take that shot. But as I said to you at the game, I said Scott Arfield would score, and I predicted that Tavernier would score a screamer. You were there, you were a witness to it. But no, I knew these kind of games are where Scott Arfield was going to come in and just do the business. As the season goes on, he'll probably get a lot more minutes as well. But these kind of games are where I'd be playing Scott Arfield. Just as I said to you, just keep bringing them down because it will come. The goal will eventually will come. And then, as I said, they both came. Sensational goal for James Tavernier. And Scott Arfield had a really nice goal as well, which I liked as well. But no, I was just, as I say, second half was much better. I felt like more like ourselves. And I was just happy we get 3 points to the start of the season. Although even if we had lost the game, do you know what I mean? Still plenty of opportunities, as you say. We're only just starting. This is the first bell, Jack. This is the first whistle. But I was happy, as I say. My boy Sands did really well. I was hoping he could have scored a header. I was thinking, come on, Sands, get that header, son. Get in there, look for the header. But he get papped on the big man, who had a fantastic game all round. I thought their striker was fantastic for them. As I say, I have a lot of respect for Livingston. I think they're a decent wee team. And if they had a wee bit of money, I think David Martindale could do something with them. But no financial there.
It was a tough game. As we said at the start, there it was always going to be. Livingston well drilled in what they're doing, and Martindale has done a really good job on them. And then if that's what's to come for the season ahead, they could see themselves still staying in division, hopefully pushing for European football as we predicted last week on the predictions for the league. But as you said, there was Sands as well. Sands come on and dominated Newbury and dominated anybody that sort of stood near him, tried to get in for Livingston and just showed up John Souttar massively. Souttar had a really poor debut, but there's still time for him. I think he needs to come out of the team now, though. One game or such, but it was that bad a debut. I think he needs to come out. Sands needs to come in because Sands has been fantastic in pre-season. He was fantastic when he came on, showed it up. Great range of passing, much like Souttar as well for the back, but a lot more confident in the tackle and the collision or whatever you say. So, I was impressed with the second half. I was impressed with the subs. I'm happy with Gio for making the subs just basically straight away and in the right subs again. Just there's always that question of the first half. Just why do we not start games right? Is a weird one away from home, but all on the main, happy to get the 3 points on the opening day of the season, which was obviously the main thing. You don't want a draw or a defeat to maybe sort of mark the way your season's going to go for the first game. So, very happy with the 3 points.
Just come back to that one, see the one with Souttar. Souttar get papped in his backside and then Connor Goldson just...
that could have been
fantastic defending for Connor. Do you know what I mean? Staying on his feet, he could have went to the ground and the guy could have potentially got a goal, but he made himself big and obviously put the boy off it, which was fantastic defending for him. But as I say, mate, I just think so far, what I'm seeing for him, I think he's a great passer of the ball, don't get me wrong, John Souttar, but I don't know, man. As I said to you, you're telling me Balogun couldn't get another year. Do you know what I mean? Balogun would have been right on that big boy. I just think...
I just think it's not been promising straight away, but I think John Souttar, as we've seen, I think he just needs to adapt to things. I
don't know. He just looks like an unfit player to me. I don't know what it is. He just doesn't look like he can. I don't think he, like, as I say, see if you were to play a long ball and he's chasing, you're going to beat him every time. I really do, but I don't know if that's because of injuries, maybe wherever he's hit them. But I just I don't. I don't know. I don't rate him so far, mate. Anyway, do you know what I mean?
I think it's maybe due to the fact as well that when he was at Hearts, he was obviously playing a back three. A lot of the time he was playing the right side of that back three. So maybe coming into a two with Goldson, it's maybe obviously he's played at that Hearts sort of formation for a while. That system's been what he's been used to, but then coming into this, it might be something he has to adapt to. I mean, we've seen it with Lundstrom last season. It took Lundstrom all the way up to probably the new year before he was really like looked at and thought, right, this guy as a player. So I think it'll come for Suter. It's just not been good enough so far.
So far that's what I'm on about. As I say, plenty of time for him to come into the squad and turn that around. I hope he does. I hope he gets himself going. Do you know what I mean? Proper in the team. I'd like to see him show his qualities. But so far, I've not been impressed at all. And you can tell the manager just going, right, I'm subbing you off. I'm putting Sands on. I just think my boy Sands, as you say, he's had a fantastic pre-season. He's been good up to this point. Why not play him? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't have all the time in the world to play Suter. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Sands is maybe not performing in the games that you think he's going to perform in. There's plenty of time to rotate the two of them about, but I just think at the start here, Sands has had a fantastic pre-season, so why not play him?
No, I think so as well. But good to get the 3 points. Good to get the season underway in a positive fashion. And I mean, it wouldn't be Rangers if you weren't getting a heart attack in the first game of the season. So, it's a long road ahead for here. But moving on to the game on Tuesday, we've obviously got Union St Gilloise in the Champions League qualifiers. The Belgium team who had came up, I think, a season or two prior and near enough won the league last year. I was actually working this out. They finished top of the table on points, but the Belgium league goes to a weird thing where I think the top 5 teams or top 4 teams play each other, and ended up Club Bruges had won the league due to that. So unlucky for them because obviously you know the talent that Bruges have in their side, Champions League all the time, and for a team like Union to go up there and compete and for the full season do so well, it's for us something we need to look at competing on that front. We obviously played Royal Antwerp a few seasons back. They were a good team in the Belgium league, and I mean they finished above them again last season. So it's going to be a tough one. I think all of these games are going to be tough in the Champions League qualifiers. I don't think you'll get an easy game, especially because of last season, what's lingering on us with the whole Malmo stuff. You can't really underestimate anybody. But I think this could be quite a tricky game over in Belgium, obviously first, which is good. Go over there and then bring it back to Ibrox, no matter the result. Hopefully we can get the job done and get into the playoff round. But I've not seen too much on the Belgium team, to be honest with you. I just obviously know the fact that was their finish last season. They've started the season pretty decent as well this year with a draw and a 1-0 victory. So not bad as well. And I found out when I was saying to you about the whole Brighton loanee situation. Brighton's owner actually owns them as well, so that's why they get a lot of Brighton's players. And they had Dennis Undav last year, the German striker who had a really good season for them, but back at Brighton now. So they've lost a lot of the players last season that were so good for them. They've brought in a few for Accrington Stanley and stuff. As you can see, Christian Burgess is on the photo there. He came from Portsmouth and is a regular starter for them. So their team, although you might look at it on paper and not be that good, I think they might have a couple of surprises in there.
Couple of surprises, right? So what you're telling me is they basically raid the lower half of the Championship in League One.
Well, apparently so, because I've seen, apart from obviously the Brighton loanees last year, I'll look at their transfers. They've brung in another Brighton loanee for this year.
What a shocker.
Aden Gara, a left winger. Ross Sykes, they've brung in centre half for Accrington Stanley. And that's all their business so far. And then, as you say, they've got rid of Mitoma, who was a loanee for Brighton as well. Casper Nielsen, who played for them last season, is away to Club Bruges for $5 million. So, apparently, decent wee team. Seem to be punching right above their weight and punching with the heavyweights in that league. So, that'll be a tough one.
A tough one, but hopefully we get the job done. I don't want no mucking about this season when it comes to the Champions League qualifiers. You know what I mean? You want to get this one over and done with. you can get a positive result, as we say, away, and then bring them back to Ibrox and just do the job there. That would be the ideal situation for me. Do you know what I mean? Go over, get maybe a 1 or 2.
I'm looking to just get it done in the first leg, to be honest with you. Obviously, in past Europa League games and that, we've looked to go over and just maybe get a draw, sneak a 1-0, or I really would like to get this game out of the way and beat them a couple of goals, three goals or something. We've obviously got it in our locker to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But obviously, you look at it, Champions League qualifier, you would like just maybe a positive result.
No, a positive result, as I'm saying. I'd be happy with a 2 out of 3. Do you know what I mean? Away from home and then getting them at home and batting 6 past them. But as I say, can't underestimate anyone in the Champions League qualifiers. Do you know what I mean? MD can beat MD on their days, we see all the time. But hopefully we get a positive result there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really.
We could have a bit of a sort of advantage in a way where we've obviously been tried and tested in Europe. We know the stage we're on, whereas Union St Gilles are kind of new to it. They're new to this whole format kind of thing. So we could have that advantage, especially with Ibrox as well. We've seen how when Braga came to Ibrox, they kind of just shit the bed. You never know what will happen to a team like this.
I mean, they're already playing half of their season so far. But Belgian league's a bit weird, like, isn't it?
No, I think they're only 2 games in so far. I think so, just around about the same as us.
Right, okay. Well, no, we'll see what happens, but hopefully we get ourselves a positive result and then we're back at Ibrox to go through. That would be the ideal situation. I'm not going to obviously put this team down and say that, you know what I mean, should be walking all over them. But hopefully it should be business done and dusted and we're through to the next draw and we see who we play.
I hope so. I really hope so. I think we've got a good opportunity here to really go and make it this year. Last season it seemed like we weren't ready, whereas this season I think we're in a good position to really go and test ourselves and really go and make that step up. I think all of us as fans, probably the players, have been waiting for the step up to the Champions League. I think it's all we deserve after how well we've done in the Europa League. So really hoping we can make that step up and it starts on Tuesday with Union. So looking forward to the game, looking forward to European football being back on the calendar after it was so good to us last season, up until the very last day. Looking to make hopefully more progress and more memories this season in Europe, hopefully in the Champions League. So looking forward to it. The team that started the game against Livingston is on the screen. You see McLaughlin came in as the number 1. I actually forgot to touch on that as well. That was a big moment, McLaughlin being preferred.
Can we just talk about how when McGregor was also trying to walk down the tunnel, he walked into the gate? I found that hilarious. Oh my God, yeah.
Typical McGregor for you. But obviously McLaughlin was preferred for the league game, so I mean, it might be that Gio fancies McLaughlin as he's number 1 this season. Tav, Goldson, Suter, Barisic, Lundstrom, Kamara, Wright, Lawrence, Kent, and Cholak up front. So keeping that 4-2-3-1, obviously Lawrence playing in the middle, Scott Wright out in the right hand side. I think it will be a bit different for this game going into Tuesday. I think McGregor will play. I think with Europe, John McLaughlin's not really played a lot of European games. I know Gio might have him as his number 1 now, but I still think there's a place for McGregor to play if he's here. So I think he'll go with McGregor. Tav, Goldson, obviously. Sands, no reason why he shouldn't come in. I think this would be a massive boost for him, a massive step up as well. Being in the starting lineup for the first time since I don't know how long. Obviously, the end of the season games and such that were kind of dead rubbers at the end of the league season. But I mean, he was flung into that game at Aberdeen after he just signed. So it'll be good to see Sands hopefully getting a start. I think he deserves it. Barisic, we obviously seen Ridvan Yilmaz at Ibrox and training with the squad. So I think it will be a bit too early for him to start. But I expect him to travel. I know he's in the team, so I expect him to be with the squad. I think Ryan Jack will come in for this one as well. Just with the partnership they've had in Europe with Lundstrom. I think Jack will come in. He showed the game up really well when he came on in against Livingston as well. So I think the two of them, Matondo, hopefully going to be back on the right-hand side. I think he'll provide the same as Kent on the left, a really strong attacking threat. Malik Tillman, I think, as well. I think done enough to get a jersey, to be honest with you.
Aye. I can see the
Wouldn't
excitement
surprise me if Lawrence had to start either. But I think Tillman deserves the nod here, and then Cholak up front. Hopefully, going to build on, which was a good second 45 minutes when he got the service into the box, and he looks a real handful for the defenders. So let's hope he can lead the line well. But that's what I've personally think Gio will go for.
No, I like it, mate. Maybe no McGregor in goal, but I understand the reasoning why you would put McGregor in goal. Obviously, European experience, and maybe Gilloise still probably using the first couple of games to decide on who's going to maybe be his number one keeper. You never know, which that's up to Gio. But Sands for me is a must. He's got to start for me. Barisic, I can understand why. Obviously, maybe the new boy's not ready to be flung into the team. Probably will play at the weekend. Jack and Lundstrom, I like it. And up front, I mean, that's exciting for me. I seen that wee sparkle in your eyes and that smile there when you said Tillman's name, because that's a player. But just to see Matondo back, that would be good for me, mate. I want to see that boy use his pace and get the balls into the box.
He's going to give us another dimension if he's available. You've seen how it's just not the same when Scott Wright's there. It's just not the same when you've not got a natural right winger at that position. Matondo, as we've saw in pre-season, has been a different class. Obviously, a couple of assists, a goal. It's looked very good. So Gio says he's going to be back. We'll hear obviously later on in the press conference the extent of who's going to be available. Morelos could even be back. Who knows? But I think Matondo and Kent on the right and left. Tillman, for me, I thought in the second 45, really shown why he was at that level with Bayern, and I think he's probably ready for a starting jersey now, and I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing these new players, and I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a positive result, and I think this is the team that could do that.
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully it is a team. As I say, I like that attack very much as well. Very exciting attack, and hopefully can put the ball in the back of the net. And if Morelos is back in drip, like he was at Livingston, I seen him try to blend in, make sure nobody noticed him. Which, I mean, when you're the buff, how can nobody notice you? You look that good. So, no, I'm hoping just to get the job done, and hopefully we're through to the next qualifiers.
No, I don't think Morelos will be too far away either. I think maybe not this game. I think maybe the home game he'll be involved, hopefully. So that would be huge for us in general, just to have another option. Obviously, Cholak started the season and played every game so far. So as a striker coming in, that's obviously what you want. But I think maybe for a bit of options, Morelos, hopefully Roof as well, still obviously with us, hopefully going to be with us till the summer and get by his injury issues, hopefully. But hopefully more and more coming in, and maybe even get to see Yilmaz Zamora in the game as well. So looking forward to it. That's about all. If I had to talk about.
Whoa, just before we go, just want to apologise to people. Yeah, again, having to do it on the phone. Do apologise on this beautiful morning on Monday. Hopefully computer and that we fix. We'll get back to the proper setup for me. Just apologise again, but obviously looking at the quality that Jack has produced on the screen and the lovely celebrations for the boys. But yeah, again, just thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Or thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
I appreciate the support at 350 subs on the YouTube now as well. So constantly growing and growing. The views are going up. So very appreciative of everybody that's clicked on the videos and watched it. As always, if you could like, subscribe again, be great. But we'll be back hopefully maybe during the later on in the week, or it'll be next week with another episode previewing either Kilmarnock or giving our thoughts on that game, and then looking again at the Union St Gilloise game that will with the Farmington Tuesday, and give our thoughts on that ahead of the return leg on Tuesday. So until then, we'll see you later.